So we need to be able to move the cat properly though, and that's the final bit of code to do on here. I'm just going to add a little sound effect there, I think, before anything else happens, and we're going to put a chomping sound when the pizzas get eaten. So for that to happen, if I go to sounds, what I need to do is add this chomping sound. If I scroll through and drag in chomp there, go back to my code, and what I'm going to do is just go to sound and start the sound that says chomp. That was a bit like the old sound that it used to say play sound. Now we need to say start sound chomp. And then finally we need our cat to move backwards and forwards on the bottom here when we press different keys, and just to get all the other bits and pieces of code tied up. So we're going to drag in a when arrow is clicked, when a flag is clicked rather. I think I'll make my cat a little bit smaller. I'm just going to set the size to 60%, so it's not too easy. Whoops, 60% like that. And we need to make the cat start in the middle at the bottom of the screen. So I'm just going to put in here, go to 0x, so it's in the middle of the screen. And I think I'll do minus 130, just so it's right down the bottom. After that, we need to make sure our variables are ready. And we're going to start off with lives set to 3. So we can only drop 3 pizzas. And we're going to set the score, of course, back down to 0. And I'm going to add a bit more code in here. I'm going to do another repeat until, just to make sure that our cat is still here. We're going to say repeat until we've got no lives left, because we want the cat to stop at the end of the game here. And we're going to say until lives are less than 1, when we got 0 lives. We could just say lives equals 0 actually, but just in case we lose 2 lives at once, I'm going to say lives is less than 1. And while that's going on, we're going to play the next costume, and that's just going to animate the cat's legs as it moves about on the screen. We do need it to move along, of course, for that to work, so let's put in move, and I'm going to choose 8 steps just so it's going along like that. When I press a button, I want him to change direction, however, so we'll deal with that as well. I'm just going to put in some code down here that says when the right arrow key is pressed, we're going to make him point to the right hand side. Now we just drag it in here, and on scratch 3 we use that icon for that button rather. I'm going to duplicate that now and say when the left arrow key is pressed, we want to point the other way. Now we will get one little problem happening with this. If we notice, when you press the left arrow, the right arrow, he's catching the pizzas, but he's running upside down if we go to the left. So to deal with that, we need to change the way the cat is moving. Now you used to be able to set that in here, and what I tend to do now though is to use a block of code and set the rotation style at the start of the game for cat to be left and right, and that way you'll find the cat faces the way you want to go. You can also choose don't rotate, but we want left and right.